Good morning. This is Christian from Tribeca Trade Group with your Monday morning video getting you ready for the week. So, what I normally like to do on Monday morning is look at the value areas and this is in the major indices just to kind of check to see how we're starting the week, whether we're starting the week above value and possibly have continuation, whether we're in value, which could lead to a choppy week, or whether we're below value starting the week, and which could be weak. So that usually sets a nice tempo and at least kind of provides some nice support and resistance levels. So before I dig into those support and resistance levels, I just want to talk about how markets opened up for the week. Really strong out of Asia markets. My goodness, the Hang Seng up 1.3%. So the strength just continues in this market. I see a couple other areas that were also very strong. Kospi, South Korea. Just keep in mind, I know that South Korea is in the headlines, but when you look at this stock index, Samsung is about 25% of this index. So, before I know a lot of people will look at EWI and they'll think they'll go right to the politics or of course with the threat of North Korea. But when you really look at the index, it's a big chunk. It's kind of like Apple in our indices. But in any event, Samsung is really large in this index. So up 1.3% last night, and the Hang Seng continues to be very strong. What are we at? Let's see if I have the year-to-date numbers. Year-to-date up 41% in the Hang Seng. So just keep in mind when you look at our markets up around like 12% for the year. Really again, it's the same theme that's been going on all year long. It's really where the outperformance in the alpha has been in international areas. So also in Europe, we've got some green arrows across the board. All right, so now I want to dig into to what's going on in the U.S. markets, and we'll start with the S&P. And what I like to do is first look at the daily chart, then look at the 1 hour, because the 1 hour will give us a value area for the week, and then drill down to the 5 minute. So we're going to be above value before I even get to the Qs into IWM, but we're going to be above value for all three of those indices for the month of September, right? So here's price, here's the value area, we're above. So support's all the way down here. Same thing for if you look at SPY rather than S&P futures. 247.44 is your support level. Not much really to kind of watch there. Again, there's a difference here because SPY went X on Friday, and S&P futures don't do that. So you could see we're up 16 basis points. Support for the week is going to be 24.95.75. So we're above value. That indicates, as I said in the beginning of the video, continuation. Notice we started the week above value last week, and that's basically what we had. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it's not a crystal ball, and it doesn't mean that we're predicting higher market. It just gives you a level to kind of watch if we don't get continuation. Where would we not get continuation? If we fell into the value area, which is 24.95. Also the same on the 5 minute. We are coming in here a little bit from overnight, but still holding above the value area on the 5 minute as well. All right, so let me go to IWM next, because that's basically has the same picture and there's not much difference. Higher on Friday, above the September value area, 139.88. And if we continue to the 1 hour, your support there is 142.51. So again, just like last week, we're opening up the week above value, and we had really a nice move, and we're starting that way again for the week. Where would we be different if we fall into 142.51? Same thing for the 5 minute. 142.22 is your support. Now if you go over to Qs, and why I left the Qs last is because when you look at the daily chart, sure, it's above value, just like S&P and IWM. Support is 144.27. But if you move over to the 1 hour, we're actually inside value for the week. So if you remember, Qs actually trailed last week. Whoops, I don't have this up, but let me just go ahead and bring up the newsletter from the weekend, which we do provides TTG subscribers. But you can see last week IWM was up 2.3%, SPY was up 1.1%, and Qs were right in line, up 1.3% last week. So not a lot of evidence there, but so you could see basically for the week, we are going to start in value. So a little bit different there. I would keep an eye on those Qs. We did see, I would say, more put buying in the Qs towards the end of last week, than SPY and IWM. So support will be 145.69, 146.25. So again, different picture than SPY and IWM. And then also the same thing, it looks like this is breaking down a little bit. We're actually, Qs are actually down versus Friday's close. So maybe, something maybe providing a little bit of a hint of weakness here. Where would this really kind of change my mind is if we got above value here for the day. So 146.42, again, to go back to that 1 hour, and that's 146.25 that we need to get over to kind of get this out of a chop zone. But again, look at how narrow this week's value area is. So it won't take us much to either get us down to the bottom, get us up to the top. So one other thing that I wanted to mention. So that's the video for value areas. That's your support and resistance levels to watch for the week. One other trade that I'm going to talk about from last week was GDX. This is the gold miners ETF, and we saw a really big, I mean, it's out of the money, right? So most of these these were bought several times on Friday, and these were October 26 calls. So if you go to GDX, again, the gold miners ETF, which had a down week last week, it's pretty far out of the money. 26 is not even on the screen when you look at a 1 hour chart. It's pretty far up there. So think about what's coming up this week. Why would somebody buy Qs? I put this out this week and had a bunch of questions on Twitter about this. And, why would somebody be buying all these GDX options for October? Is there any events for the week? I know that you guys can't answer me back on this video, but any events that would cause GDX gold to really move this week? Anything? Why don't we, if you look at what we have this week, what's the big event for the week? The Fed meeting. So Tuesday and Wednesday, we get the rate decision on Wednesday. Again, we're not really expecting anything for this meeting. I think there's a 0% chance of a rate hike coming in September, 2.1%, close to zero. It has moved up for December. If we started the week last week at about a 38% chance of a rate hike, it's been drifting up, so it's 50%. So really what we're looking for Wednesday, Tuesday and Wednesday, Wednesday is the statement, is what the probability of a rate hike coming in December, the language, and also the balance sheet reduction. So someone buying a whole bunch of GDX kind of makes you think what somebody might be thinking, that gold might really rally, and hence cause the gold miners to really rally. That's my guess for why that they decided to buy 76,000 of the October 26 calls. Could be that it has a lot of Fed implications, Fed meeting implications for that trade to really start to move. All right, so I'll leave you with that. Have a great day. Have a great week. If you're interested, I don't go over in this video single stock names. We do that pre-market very shortly in the Tribeca trade room. So if you like this type of commentary, we go into the single stocks and more into the micro every day pre-market starting at 8:50 in the morning. So check us out, TribecaTradeGroup.com, and get half off the first month with using coupon code TTG. Thank you.